வாழ்த்தி மகிழ்வோம். Today I would like to share my thoughts on the 17th International Research Seminar on Accounting History, where I presented last week, that is 11th of July 2025. I presented University Pablo de Vida, Seville, Spain. I participated in Spain country. I'm going to share my thoughts on the research articles what I have presented that was appreciated by one and all in that assembly where they talk about the interesting aspects of accounting history. That Tamil accounting historical events just I represented from India. There were a lot of people among them in that Russia, Spain, and UK, and almost all over the country. Some people who have attended, and they have participated in that. At that time, I could not reach in that time the previous day due to flight schedule. So I just entered the hall. When I entered the hall, people really appreciated me. The task I made on the trip to Spain and appreciated my presence at the time where and when they fixed for me in the early morning at about 9 o'clock at the Seville, Spain. But actually I reached there only in the hotel 11 o'clock and reached the spot within 1 o'clock and presented my thoughts on this. I would like to share my screen on these aspects because our Tamil culture is, as we all know, that's interpreted in the stone culture, in the stone scripts. What even now it is more popular and popular all over the world. So I gathered some scripts only for the research presentations. It's almost applicable for our day-to-day academic excellence. So just I presented this paper in this aspect. I quote some more point on this in real sense where I like to share this screen also in that. Yes, this is the screen I have shown in the presentation, in the PowerPoint presentation. We understand the reality of our Tamil culture in various formats, but there were own Gramam. Even now it is situated in near our seashore, near Pumbhar, the Manikram. So already we know the relations between the word what we utter, what is really in that Manigram. There were 500 people were assembled together to trade in that from that places nearly 2,500 years ago. There is still the name of Manigrama. They were dealing those days with the 500 Ainuruvar, what they call Ainuruvar in that place, on the trader with the Java and other countries. These are the pictures in which I shown how our Tamil culture is framed with the stone scripts. How we have been accustomed with the various knowledge and words in the historical, the scripts what we use in Tamil script, just shown in that. Really, they appreciated the steps taken for showing this. Just I'm going to read the abstract on this before I present this accounting perspectives in Tamil historical events, where I present Historical reviews of South Indian accounting are very impressive with reference to many events recorded on palm leaves. The scripts, only I'm going to read the abstract, but all the real contents will take more than 15 pages. So I just read the abstracts only. The scripts marked by ancestors were in historical formats in the stones. These stone scripts formats are available even at present so as to understand easily. The inscriptions noted and accessible in the Tamil literature. In the Tamil literature is easy to cultivate the followers of these region as well as the Romans read the Arab countries people, those who were in trading activities in the Chola periods. They were trading already. We know they were trading all over the world. The Chola during the Chola period, and prior to that some people would take the risk to trade with the hardship what they faced on those days with the other foreign countries also. That's just a quarter on that. We know that auditor, even how it is related with the accounting aspect is new phenomena and presentations and new phenomena in the historical perspectives also by showing the stone scripts and palm leaves and all this. So that's what an auditor has acted, an accountant with the primitive academic approach at every stage of scientific development for humanistic ethical values in Tamil historical perspectives. So how it is related with how the Tamil scripts and stone scripts are related with the historical perspectives, just to expand that in that way they communicated with the scripts and all the other thing, all the other traded activities. Along with that, were they used some form of accounting aspects also on that. So I just explained that Ainur were what we call 500, and that person Ainur were what we call Tamil, consists of more than 500 organized in sprawling assemblies, a future unique to Tamil traders with the merchant corporations like East Indian Company. Like East Indian Company, they were traded in that during that period. So that prior to the establishment of East Indian Company, the Tamil kingdoms recorded, maintained, and updated formal accounting systems by collecting taxes and revenues from the territorial. The deliberate living excellence at present knowledge of the standards established in the accounting formats. The account value may be termed as active core characteristics, operational, unitedly numerical transactions. That's account, what we call in acrostic. Visionary at value, we can say visionary at liability, updated existence in standard accounting schedule as per acrostic expressions. This is really that what we used to say in that Salmon platform, that's active core characteristics, operational, unitedly numerical transactions. These were the happenings for the pointing out the money transactions. So just expressed in that in that sense, the visionary at liability updated existence is the value. So visionary at updated liability at updated existence is just you coin the word VALUE. That's value is most important for determining any kind of coins or any kind of barter systems or any kind of paper at the later stage, even at present, the digital model. These are all happenings throughout the history. So we, the people of accounting culture, they were used the current accounting terminology, the Tamil state usages such as coins, cash, currency, etc. The present double entry accounting methodology needs to be balanced with our historical perspective and the scientific socio-cultural development of accounting. So how it is related with the scientific development is most important part of this presentation. So this research paper examines how our understandings of the numerical values in the records of Tamilian accounting on stones, harness, paper, and now digitally presented. The objectives of this first paragraph in that they were used. The second and third point, what I quoted in that's it's a serial events happened during the period. So that's what I mentioned in that. So there is no deviations between what I mentioned in the previous instance and the term used, then these are the practical sense in which you have been using this. The research paper examines how understanding numerical values in the records of Tamil accounting on stones, palm leaves, paper, now digitally. So the digital, all these are the values. You coin the word in acrostic expressions, what we use, the value visionary at liability updated existence. These visionary updated liability existence is there to show our authenticate records of the accounting system. So that's what the true and fair value of accounting history of ancient Tamil culture is also perfectly and periodically evaluated in accordance with the standardized in various formats available in elsewhere in the world. So we have been accustomed with the world systems as well as the Tamil accounting systems. So this is the archives contains so many documents on that testify to use of advanced methods of calculating the cost of furnished products and procedures for internal control of incentives and the cash at the established 500 enterprises in those days. Just I quoted only in that. Traded in the ninth and these traded were happening to traded in the they were traded in the ninth and the 13th century. It's all recorded. I quoted all references on that. The traders build established trade networks across South India, including Tamil Nadu and the Southeast Asia. It was used for this quoted. Now I am going to show only that what the picture is in real sense. So you see the happenings of these different circumstances under which we can communicate with the various ways and forms. In that sense, I am going to furnish the parts of some more events in the things that's already quoted in the South Indian accounting or all this. These were already quoted in so many parts also in that. So in the account value, as I quoted, the active core characteristics operation in natally numerical transaction, visionary at liability updated extents in standard accounting schedules as per the acrostic definition. So I stress this is a form of definition should be in the word. So in that way, the acrostic definition is going to useful for on many occasions. So that's what I use to quote this acrostic value in account value in acrostic expressions. And these definitions may be useful for any kind of subjects and for usage in academic excellence. So in that sense, I just the Saraswati Mahal Library at Tanjore has computers and they have given all that in that references in that articles. I'm going to put it in the website sailmandam.in after completing all this process of delivering my speech on this. The Saraswati Mahal already we know that they were having the manuscript of the collection states from the King's College. They were taken from the King's College where they accumulated all these happenings of the Saraswati Mahal library. They were kept in the Columbia University in the King's College in 1754, which holds materials related to both the first and third presidents of the university. That what the authors Samuel Jansen and his son. So the university acquired significant materials through gifts from Stephen Whitney, Phoenix, Richard, and all this. It was quoted in the reference. If you want to, furthermore, you can use for the further academic excellence in the accounting research paper and all this. So that's Arike Maiden, all the scality. These were happenings of the previous culture of Tamil culture. Some more other people, apart from our Tamil research scholars, some or other people, other standardized French scholar also, Mortimer Wheeler, the French scholar, excavated in 1946 the assemblage of Roman artifacts like Argentine pottery with stamped letters related where dying Muslim class inscribed stamps found there. So this already we have come across so many patterns. Now, what I want to say in this, more is, should be useful for related with the interdisciplinary approach towards our research skills. So this is one of the important aspects in which I could not deliver at the time. So just I quoted furthermore on this paper. This paper is actually our articles submitted by SCA Kalkonko, Department of Land Use, Kasaukova, Moscow. He stressed more on that people so the sea erosion, this should be valued in accordance with the day-to-day aspects. So why is it so? So once it was happening, the Pumbua, now it is submerged completely. That accountable value is this pathymetry meters we can calculate in accordance with the seashore, how it was eroded with the sea erosion and all this. These were happening. See the Pumbuar, Mayaram, Thirukadayur, and Sirhali. Apart from this, there were, it was 20,000 years ago, these land areas were visible in accordance with that National Remote Sensing Agency, how that Bharadasan University professor. So they were given a lot of explanations regarding it, how it was in this 20,000 years ago, how it was 10,000 years ago, how it was. It's all in the research purpose they submitted, how it is varied, that color is indicated in the bottom of it. If you happen to see this, that area in which land and sea erosion is, you can see this is the point in which I want to stress. We couldn't complete the conclusion. Even Alan Sanctuary, he is one of the best in the world. According to history, he quoted, he really praised me over this, the point what I had taken on this. So immediately he taken note of it. Immediately he concluded at the end of the part by quoting all this, and is one of the best accounting research paper present in the academic area. In this sense, the studies were carried out, the exact geopositions, geocoordinates of Pumbhar and its period of its establishment and time span. So the time span should be there. It's where thousands of years ago it was on the glacial positions. The maximum sea level changes occurred in so many ways. You happen to see this, it's all happening. That present mean sea level, how it was in the base level. From that point they are taken. You just read the important points of this. The sea level rise was found to be steadily as well as exponential with the two standstill periods, static sea level periods during 14,000 to 13,000 and 12,000 to 11,000. That's basic and the present level. Basic present level, now it was that. These are all quoted in that picture. 1 and 2, from the above sea level curve of LGM, that LGM what is the last glacial maximum. That's the LGL, how it was in that, how it is reduced to the sea level erosion that all happened from the sea level curve LGM to the present day. So these were happening throughout the period, different periods, 20,000, 15,000, 11,000, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000. These are present. If you happen to see this digital elevation model in which that general bathymetry chart of the ocean was analyzed and presented by our Bhardas University with the basic record they have. They just want to present this only for presenting this, how it is related to the accounts is most important part of it. The post-glacial glacial sea level curve, it's showing that the sea level has risen 125 below the present mean sea level between the last glacial maxima of 20,000 years before present and the present day. So before present and the present day, these were happenings and the present mean sea level. So it is to be recorded with the value of land. what we measured in the cadastral value, what the value of whatever the diminishing value method in the form of land value and the sea erosion value, it should be recorded on the day-to-day affairs. So it will be easy to understand the accounting perspective should be in the in our present day uh, interrelated disciplinary approach. So in that sense, scientific development should be coincided with the day-to-day records of the accounting aspects. That's I quoted. That's he appreciated the reality in which it's shown. So in this sense, the Indian Journal of Geomarine Sciences, some Mani Murali and Sundaresh, they were studied based on archaeology and coastal dynamics, and that they were quoted in the National Institute of Oceanography, known of Goa. These are all quoted really in all over the sea erosion. So that should be accounted in the day-to-day affairs with the maintenance of accounting value also should be stressed on this. In this, I conclude my presentations on this. If you happen to see the sailmondom.in, the entire contents, what I have gathered in my surroundings, what I have gathered through various sources, I want to conclude this that accounting research integration should be there. So throughout the history, that accounting research integrations, what Alan Sangster says, he quoted more than 130 articles in his lifetime. He quoted all this in his Open Research Contributor ID. What I used to quote just to tell, I participate in this. This is really very peculiar for me to account people like me to interest and make involvement on that academic excellence. It's really surprise to them. So just I presented that account research integrations, how Richard Matishik Foundational Research in Accounting Professional Members and beyond University of British Columbia, Canada. They conducted the program on that. Then that sense, they want to have the coordinated effort to all the academic excellence in really the field wherein they concentrate more on that interdisciplinary approach to be valued in accordance with the foundations of research and accounting also. So in that they were present in Spanish Journal Accounting Research paper, they were presented, and some more in the cadastral value also should be quoted on this. Everything you can see it. The cadastral value is more useful for our flood related and all the other related activities, how it is to be measured in government accounting systems of taxation and other land value and all this cadastral value previously, how it was, how it is now at present. So the cadastral value is there, and you can calculate in accordance with that. So the interpretation of accounting on one side quantitative enables application of many conceptual insights of modern management theory. On the other side, as a model, it facilitates the correlation between management science, linear programming, and the system simulation, which were happening in the court of the reference I quoted. In every field of endeavor, you need to coordinate new developments of related areas of the subject matter of investigation, the ability to integrate diverse factors into something new, thus forming the foundation of further research. In that, just I present this happenings, how it was, how the two merchant guilds with the present formation, how that value, those days, how they valued almost related with the present terms. That I should quote in this platform. The trading activities uses like excess. Tamil we call ayam. Debt we call irai. Duty kadamai. Poll tax kadai. Obligations காணிக்கை, custom தீர்வை, revenue வருவாய், lease bottom, ornaments பூச்சி, wealth செல்வம், donations மகமை. They were all used to different taxes also in that achuvari, attukirai, adikasu, attipperu, payment, and all this they are quoted. how just how it was in that five and the Maradam Purunji and all this I quoted in that paper. If you want to see furthermore on that, in the, how the KP Aravanan using the terms in the Sangam literature, how it was has been used in the Tolkapiam. I quoted in that Tolkapiam accounting perspectives. I quoted in that article. And that one poem is most important for every language. I used to quote the பாட்டு உரை நூலே வாய்மொழி பிசியே 1331 ஒரு தொல்காப்பியத்தில் உள்ளது. பாட்டு உரை நூலே வாய்மொழி பிசியே அங்கனம் முதுசொல் அவ்வேழு நிலத்தும் வன்புகழ் மூவர் கண் பொழில் வரைப்பின் நாற்பெயரல்லை அகத்தவர் உலகம் யாப்பின் மொழியது என்பனார் புலவர். How that poetry, when that term is already quoted in Salmon terms so many ways, the pop, poem, this sound is almost related in those days. Whatever the language is almost related with that, the poem, prose, and all this, that is almost related. That's what he used. Tulkapiam also says part two, Urai Nule, Vaimali. These are happening. So from the mouthpiece, how they open the mouth, how it was, how it has been practiced in systemized form of or literature. These were the autograph of the Sangam collective literatures, copies of poetry and all the other things that presented in the Tamilaham, the coins, how they formulated, how that acrostic special full for our definitions I presented, the terracotta ring well with three rings exposed in the intertidal zone of Bumbuhar, they quoted, and Huan Song, how he collected some South Asian traditional account, also I quoted in the picture of South Indian and this curriculum where our historical erosions happen near the Tiruvallur districts it's also quoted and that accounting of the impact of sea erosions, what I explained previously, I quoted that how the need for yearly accounting to be valued. So this should be popularized. This should be accounted in accordance with the reality of day-to-day affairs. It should be taken into, it is imperative on the part of the educational values to accept and account for the value of submerged cities, particularly those submerged due to the rising sea levels or flooding. It involves a multifaceted approach that considers both the historical and the economical aspects of those settlements. Submerged cities can preserve intact structures, artifacts, and other evidence of past civilization, offering insights into urban planning, social structures, and daily life. How it was in 20,000 years ago to 7,000 years ago, how the sea erosions were happening, how Kaveri was submerged to the valuable pictures of the uncovering areas and all. I quoted that in conclusion, the submerged cities, okay, a holistic approach that consider the potential for ecological discoveries, economic benefits, cultural significance, and environmental implications by acknowledging and respecting the historical and cultural importance of these sites. We can better understand the impact of submergence and plan for sustainable development in this area so as to understand and account the social cost like Pumbaa city. The trading phases should focus on yearly accounting practices, primarily on accounting trade transactions, including the exchange of goods, profits, and losses, the methods of enumerations as employed in the basic accounting methods like double entry, bookkeeping, journal ledgers, and balance sheets should be valued. The present limited audit ascertains the limited independent audits and some financial statements were delayed or incomplete, raising concerns about the validity. The submerged city should have adequate records of trade sales, including finances, weather, and life at sea, provide insights into yearly accounting practices. The separate voyages of each trip of voyage was initially financed and accounted for separately and later transitioning to a single joint accounting of the impact of the varied cities like Mumbai and Tamil Nadu should be taken into account with the scientific, socio-cultural improvements along with the tectonic plate motion. The tectonic plate motion, that was the reality that is should be quoted during this period, 20,000 years to 8,000. During the colonial period, the British accounting was introduced with accounting methods. As of now, largely plastic and digital currency is to be involved in elaborating manner. So even at present, we can use this method in real sense that I quoted some references also. Sea trade relations of later Pandyas in June. Yes, Kalayaras, MA. This is running at Anna College, assistant professor, where I quoted the reference in that Kanyakumari district. Theory of merchant guilds as quoted in the Economic Review, volume 83, April 2016, page number 90, 111, the merchant about the merchant guilds. Accounting history in accrued speech, how we come across in the YouTube. This is one of the important aspects in which you have to understand the reality at present. The YouTube also should have a adequate reference that so that you can easily picturize the events in accordance with the reality, how it is formed and framed in our day-to-day life. So how that Indian Journal of Geomarine Services, uh, July, the author Sundaresh with three others, CSIR, National Institute of Geography, I quoted reference from them. Journal of Audit, Art History Congress, ISSN, yes, a case study on manuscripts, yes, on the R. Radha, T. Bala Subramanian, and all this, G. Parandaman in the Alagappa University. Then also the Sundaresh Geomarine Services, Solan changes to along the Tamil coast, and all this accounting impact, C valued in accordance a paper on IOB conferences, Earth and Environmental Science article submitted by SCA Kajango at 2021 Department of Land Use, Kasako, Moscow. Then accounting history of empirical research, C. Karnakar, Rishita, and T.N. Ramachandran. Then Richard Matashi, that how in the journal accounting research should be need to coordinate with the various developments of related areas with the subject matter of investigation. The ability to integrate diverse factors into something new has forming the foundation of future research in academic excellence. With this, I conclude the accounting perspectives in Tamil historical events where it is going to, I'm going to keep it in assignment on website for any useful reference in future also. Then that Alan Sangster, University of Aberdeen, UK, he was quoted. He quoted in that it's really wonderful thing. Still to be the picture where some points over it will be more useful. But people would not will listen only when they see the picture. They will not happen to see the words. Almost one or two words should be that what he quoted. So it's a very useful information guidance for me to the discussion on that paper. That it was happening in foundation in Macedonia City, multi-purpose room on 12th, Friday, 11th July 2025. I'm happy to share this with you in all sense. Thanking you for listening this.